What's going on, everybody? It is your favorite apostates. I am McKay.
I am Jordan.
And we are switching it up on you. I said that our video was going to be out on Saturday, but boo, it's Friday, and we are putting out a video a little bit late, and it's a little bit time sensitive. But I did want to thank everybody who were in the comments on our Discord and all other manner of places wishing me a happy birthday. That was really nice of all of you. So, yeah, I like to keep things toned down for my birthday. We didn't do anything, but we had sushi, so that was nice. It's a new day. The Faceless shirt. This is just coincidence that I had this on. And a new reason to just want to unsubscribe from reality. So we're not going to talk about any announcements or anything right now because we wanted to just get this video out really quick. This whole video is about a Model Mormon of the Week. And if you haven't caught on yet, the Model Mormon of the Week moniker is a misnomer because usually it's a bunch of jackasses. And this guy is definitely taken the cake since we started doing this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I totally just dominated that for a minute.
No,
I'm going to pass the time over to Jordan so she can kind of get into it.
So this content is a little bit, even though this is a Model Mormon of the Week, this is content that is a bit different for us. Let's start with how we got this information. So this was sent to us by a follower of ours named Chelsea.
Well, and this is the second time in this week that I've seen this.
I haven't seen it
because I stumbled upon this on r/ex-Mormon. And then when Jordan started to tell me about this, I was like, I've already heard about this. So
why didn't you tell me about that?
I don't know. I didn't think it was like of consequence. I just thought, oh, this guy's a piece of shit. Way to go.
So anywho, Chelsea sent this to me. She's vegan and she has a channel on YouTube, a small channel where she talks about vegan stuff. It's called Every Day I'm Brusselin'.
Nice.
So I'll link her stuff in the description. So the content that Chelsea sent me, that we're going to be talking about today, huge content, trigger warning. We are talking about animal abuse. This story is about a farm animal that's been abused, and it involves animal death. So if that's triggersome for you, yeah, which it is for a lot of people, that's totally okay. We're not going to be offended that you don't watch this video. We do want this to get out there because this is like extremely toxic stuff that has happened. So even if you don't listen to it, if you just mute it and play it, so we can support the algorithm,
or
comment.
If you don't want to do that, any of that, just please consider signing the petition that we have linked in the description.
We're just trying to get this information out there because it's not about us. We want to draw attention to this issue. So that being said, let's jump into this. So this was a Facebook post that's kind of, it hasn't gone viral by any means, but
probably locally.
Locally, it's probably more well known. It has it has 2,500 likes at this point on Facebook. Yeah. So we are talking about Idaho Farm Animal Sanctuary is what we are talking about today. And I'm looking at my phone because I'm reading it to you from this.
Before anybody jumps on Idaho Farm Animal Sanctuary, they are the good guys in the story, in case the word sanctuary was not proof enough.
So the description from their Facebook page is they're a nonprofit in Idaho. They're a farm animal sanctuary dedicated to providing a safe, loving, forever home for farm animals with an emphasis on a peaceful and private setting for true sanctuary. And then they also do vegan outreach within the community. So they are the good guys in this scenario, and they have put this out there on their Facebook page to draw attention to this problem. So this post was written by Angie, who is the owner. We have reached out via email to the Idaho Farm Animal Sanctuary.
We haven't given them enough time to respond.
We have not given them enough time to respond.
We just wanted to make this video.
So if they do respond or give us any more information or a statement, we'll make a follow-up video. But yeah, so this is the post. Yesterday was the hardest and most heart-crushing rescue attempt in all of my years of animal advocacy and rescue work. This sweet, trusting donkey named Zach is no longer alive. Yesterday, he was. He had endured years of just the bare minimum from the humans who had imprisoned him. Throughout this past winter, he was kept in a pen, away from the kind neighbor who always kept a close eye on him and showed him love. So, from my understanding, the bulk of how the Idaho Farm Animal Sanctuary got this information was because there was a neighbor who lives next to the people who had the donkey, who's like basically just kept an eye on him and made sure that he's like relatively okay. So that's how they're getting this information. So this year he was kept in this pen that we'll throw up the image so you can see, until July 5th. At that point, he was let back out into the main field. The neighbor saw his horrific condition and called animal control to do a welfare check. Animal control did determine he needed medical attention and care for his hooves. The owners were away on vacation at this time. 2 days ago, the neighbor contacted us to see if we could help because the owners had still not done anything to help Zach. We contacted the owners yesterday to tell them we would take Zach into our care and get him the medical care he needed and give him a forever home. Instead of getting a call back, the owner had already killed him that morning. Not with the assistance of a veterinarian for a humane euthanasia, per a phone conversation I had with the owner's wife. The person responsible is a bishop at an LDS ward in Boise, and he also owns an assisted living facility in Meridian. People like this in a position of power and leadership think they are untouchable. How one treats an animal is a reflection of their true character. I will not let Zach's suffering and unnecessary death go unnoticed. I will be his voice even if he is no longer here on earth. So that's kind of the gist of it.
So that is why this story has made our model Mormon of the year, as far as I'm concerned right now. Was there an update to the story?
And then she added in the comments on the Facebook post, I found out from the neighbors that the sheriff/animal control showed up that morning with a veterinarian, and the owners would not answer the door. So that's a problem.
Yeah. I'm based on the timing of this post, I think this all transpired on Sunday.
I think so.
This last Sunday. But I mean my dad was a bishop. I know that bishops are busy, but bishops' wives just go to church at a normal hour. So
also, she added, I just feel like animal control and the sheriff are really being bashed here, and it looks like they were making a decent effort to help Zach. Instead, the cowards and abusers had already killed him. The officer did not see Zach because he was already dead in the barn. That's the information we have. We don't have a ton of background. We don't know a ton of information, and we as a channel are limited in the information that we can share and put out there because there isn't like a news story that's confirmed any of this information. There aren't charges that are public. There's none of that.
Yeah.
So we're very limited in the information that we can share, but we can share that the post and everything, we're not making any accusations, any allegations. Everything that I just read to you was from the post itself, that was made by the owner. And so we're kind of limited in that sense, but the post does tell us that it was an LDS bishop in a ward in Idaho, presumably in Boise.
Yeah.
Some of the comments also said potentially Kuna. So I don't know specifically what area they're in, but
yeah, this is a Mormon bishop who spite killed a donkey so that these people who were willing to take it off his hands so he didn't have to continue abusing it, couldn't take it.
And I just don't understand why, like, if they have other animals, I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Obviously. But if they just had this donkey and it was like such a nuisance to them to take care of him, like, why keep him?
Yeah.
Why?
Especially when a sanctuary is like, hey, we'll take him off your hands.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. You just have to let him up in the trailer. Let us load him up in the trailer and we'll take him away and you never have to see him again.
Well, and it seems to me like they know that they were doing something wrong and they were embarrassed because when the sheriff and a vet knocks on your door and you don't answer, looks a little sus. Don't you think? Looks a little sus. So this makes me really sad because we don't have enough information to know whether, like, this donkey could have been potentially put down peacefully, which I don't think was probably the right decision. They could have been given to the sanctuary and been taken care of and been able to live out the rest of their life, like, on a nice sanctuary with human-loving people who would take
even
care of him.
Even if it was just for a week.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been a better week than that.
And I can't imagine, based on how they took care of this animal, I cannot imagine that they humanely
dispatched him. No, there's only one way that...
Right.
I mean, Idaho is kind of a redneck state.
And it makes me wonder, like, if, like, the way that they took care of this animal, it's one thing, like, I'm not going to hate on farmers here. It's one thing when, you know, an animal, you know, is needing to pass on and, you know.
Yeah.
We're not going to start a conversation about that. That's its own thing that I don't want to get into. But the way that they took care of this donkey leads me to believe that they didn't really care about it, which makes me think that they really didn't care about how
it went.
They murdered this animal. And so it makes me think that potentially, like, we don't know. They could have, like, tortured the dang thing before.
Yeah.
I don't, like, I can't even put words in my mouth because I'm so frazzled.
I will put up the image of Zach again, so you can look at the open sores that he had. Like, these people did not care about this animal. If I saw, like, I won't even, like, really go as far as to say a pet. This is an animal that they owned. Like, an open wound is not going to feel good. Are you really just going to neglect that? And this is a guy... Let's talk about bishops for a second. In the Mormon church, a bishop is in charge of an entire congregation, a ward, and he's supposed to be like the shepherd of the flock, and he's the priesthood leader.
That's ironic.
That is supposed to be, yeah, I know, right? In charge of all of the members of the congregation. He's the person that they go to when they have issues and when they have... like financial issues, when they're looking for support, when they need to repent, which that is like another thing that is really stupid.
They're sharing potentially graphic sexual information.
Oh yeah, he's asking.
He might be asking
inappropriate questions to minors about their sexuality. I mean, it happens. They all have to be, if they want to go to the temple, which there's a temple in Meridian, which sounds like it's pretty close to Kuna. They have to be asked if they live the law of chastity, which is talking about their sexual purity.
Well, let's clarify, like,
and stuff like that.
This is not like a common, like, Mormon thing.
No.
Like, I don't know where it is. I don't think it's doctrinal, but definitely culturally, I would say most Mormons believe that all animals go to heaven, all animals will be resurrected so you can see them again, like that kind of thing. So I don't want to...
I think that's scripture.
Didn't Joseph Smith say it? Or all beasts of the field, something will be...
So it is widely held that animals will be resurrected, and there have been multiple citations and things of that nature that say... And that was one of the big things that I liked about the idea of Mormonism, my dogs, my pets that I grew up having would be resurrected and I would have them in heaven. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And that's like, I feel like that's pretty like a widely held truth among in Mormonism.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to paint like, you know, all Mormons are like animal abusers, because that's not what we're saying here. This is like, we are animal lovers. We've always had animals. I've always had them. McKay's always had them. I grew up volunteering on farms. Like, I am probably more familiar with that aspect of it. But this is just god-awful. Like, there's just no way around it. It's, how could you do this to an animal? I don't understand, and it makes me concerned. I mean, Angie talked about it in her post, but, like, this is just a demonstration of character. And it concerns me quite a bit if you're supposed to be responsible for, you know, a large group of people, presumably hundreds of people in a ward. You're supposed to be responsible for them. and take care of them and be loving and kind and understanding. And
yeah,
you can't even take care of an animal that has like no ability to like interact with you or like acknowledge, like it has no ability to advocate for itself that it needs help, and you're willing to take advantage of that. And
yeah. Well, and they have spirits that God created, is what they believe.
Right.
So, and the implication here also is that what was I going to say? The process by which bishops are chosen, and my dad described this to me because he was a bishop. The higher up, the person that's higher above the bishop, the stake president, he's in charge of the entire stake, which is multiple congregations in a geographical area. He will go around and he'll sit in on sacrament meetings and just watch over the congregation when they're in the process of selecting a new bishop. And of course, he probably has talks to people in the ward about the character of some people and whatever. And then he nominates a person out of like a short list of people to be chosen that he's supposed to prayerfully ponder over and see if they're a good fit, go to the Lord and see if they're a good person to be a bishop. And then he sends that nomination to the first presidency. That's the president of the church and his two counselors, and they have to approve his nomination because they receive revelation or whatever.
So how's that for spirited discernment, y'all?
Yeah, and you're going to tell me that he duped the stake president and the damn prophet of the church and that they have some sort of revelation. And surely, I know that if some Mormon comes across this, they're going to go, well, he has his agency and God can't take that away.
Yep.
You're going to say that God's all powerful, but he can't take away people's agency? Are you kidding me? That's absolute bullshit.
Well, that's an additional conversation for another video. But the church is like, especially with what's been coming out the last few days, the church is kind of getting inundated a little bit with bad PR. And the church, there's nothing the Mormon church hates more than bad PR. Okay. So
because it affects tithes.
It does. So
that's the bottom line.
And public perception of the church, which they're currently like very invested in changing like they're trying to get rid of the word Mormon and they're doing all these things. So they're very rapidly trying to change the perception of the church. So that's why we want to put this information out there, because this person is an LDS bishop and this is not like a reflection necessarily on the church. But they do
his
have
congregation for that fact. Yeah.
Or his congregation. Like it's likely that many people in his ward didn't even know about this. So we're not going to like accuse people around him of inaction when we don't know the full story. But the LDS church does have this man in power, and my thought is if he's an animal abuser, he shouldn't be a bishop, period. He needs to be released.
He's going to abuse one kind of spirit because it's less sentient than a human. Extremely
inappropriate. No. God awful behavior. Like I don't know how people can abuse animals. I don't get it. Like even when we get even when our dog eats something you shouldn't, and I'm like, dude, don't do that. And then I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like I still love you. Come here. Like, I don't understand how people can do that.
Shut up when somebody drives past the window, but it doesn't mean I don't love you locally.
Yes. Like really, I just don't understand. And when I was walking through this, I ran across another comment that the owner made that I had not seen. She said, which I thought was interesting.
The sanctuary owner.
The sanctuary owner. She said she's already gotten a call from a phony person with the Department of Agriculture defending these people.
Bruh.
Do you really think the Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, is that interested in what's happening in a small town in Idaho? They don't give a shit.
No.
Like, guys, come on. So I thought that was just random and annoying. But she also said she asked the wife of the person, which, I mean, the wife could be involved in this. We
just as liable.
There's some complacency potentially happening here. The Idaho Farm Animal Sanctuary asked the wife if they could at least give him a proper burial And Angie said, the wife replied to my text and said the situation has been taken care of. The situation. Not the animal. Not this sweet creature that never did anything wrong. The situation has been taken care of. So, what were you going to say?
It's just ridiculous that this person is able to be a bishop, honestly. And I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, come on, guys, this is nothing. It absolutely is. It's a crime.
It's animal abuse.
It's animal abuse.
And based on what I was understanding and reading the post, there was some conversation around, why hasn't the animal control or the state pressed charges? And I guess there's like a loophole or some confusion with the laws in where they live, in which at this point, it seems that they couldn't be charged for what they've done. And so that's why we additionally wanted to bring attention to this video, because there's a petition going around that lots of people have signed, hoping that we can somehow hold these people accountable for what they've done, because they should, in my opinion, they should be criminally charged. This is animal abuse.
Yeah. There are enough resources nowadays that if you cannot help an animal to get better, there's absolutely somebody out there that can.
Right. There's no excuse
absolutely
for this behavior. Excuse. So that being said, that's also the reason why we wanted to put this out there. So we'll link the protest. We'll link the petition. Why couldn't I think of the word? We'll link the petition in the description below so you can sign it. McKay and I already signed it. So if you can do that. And then secondarily, is that a word? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a word. I'm so frazzled by this, you guys. I can't come up with words. So secondarily, I would also, we're in the middle of doing all our merch, our stickers and everything. And it occurred to me, why don't we do like a little justice for Zach, which is kind of what the verbiage that they've been throwing around on the Facebook post. Why don't we create like a justice for Zach sticker, and then all the proceeds from anybody who buys it, we will just fund straight to the Idaho Animal Farm Sanctuary. Farm Animal Sanctuary? One of the two. I think I swapped
whatever it was.
Whatever. But we'll donate all of the proceeds from that to them, so that they can continue to do what they're doing, because they do have other animals and other things that they're taking care of at the same time.
Well, I don't think they get any revenue or anything like
they're
that.
They're a nonprofit. So.
Well, and they don't do like tours or anything like that.
So.
I don't think
so. They might, but again, nonprofits, you don't make
it's all
money.
Donations.
You're small, everything's donation based, and especially in a state like Idaho, that might not potentially, like a farm animal sanctuary, might not be looked at in the most positive light. So depending upon the person. So that's what we would like to do. We'd like to do that. So I will get that design up. It won't be up by the time of this video because we wanted to get this out there first. So once I have that up, I'll put up a pre-order and I'll link it in the description. And then
let's do a YouTube post and an Instagram post, and we'll throw it on the Discord as well.
So you'll know. Just follow us on social media so you know when those come up.
Yeah, or just watch your subscription box, or hit that little bell to get notifications when we post. That way, when we do post that, you can see it.
If there's like a follow-up from Angie, or if we learn any more information. But yeah, our goal with this video is hopefully it gets shared far and wide. This is extreme animal abuse. It's something that we should absolutely, people need to know. I don't like watching things like this. I don't like talking about things like this. I don't like looking at pictures of poor animals that are living in god-awful conditions.
Yeah.
But it's for a larger purpose, because people need to know what's going on. And I don't want to, let's be clear that we're not saying that this is the church's fault and it's a reflection on the church, because it's not. But this person is in a powerful position within the church. And so
they should not be. At the very least, if there's no legal repercussions, I do not think this person is fit to be a bishop.
No.
He should be released.
I don't feel like the church has any responsibility for what's happened here, but I think they could take action against this bishop and release him from his position at the very least.
Yeah.
I personally would feel like this would warrant, the church does disciplinary councils for dumb shit, so I think this would warrant a disciplinary council, but that's just me.
That's Probably not.
And that's probably not going to happen.
No.
But that, to be clear, that's what we would like to see from the church if they respond. And if this goes wide enough and public enough, then there's a good chance that they will, because they kind of get their hand forced with bad PR. But with the recent thing with Nikki Philippi and all this stuff, like we have to call out this behavior when we see it, because it's inappropriate and it can't go unnoticed. Like, these people shouldn't just be able to go quietly into the night for what they've done. Like, there are consequences for your actions, and this is a consequence.
Yeah.
So you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. So Mr. Idaho Bishop / old folks home owner, go yourself. Also, your wife, calling it a situation, go yourself too, because
clearly we've got some complacency there. Like, and if you have children, it makes me even sadder, because what does this teach your kids? Like, to not care for animals, and to blatantly abuse them and not care for, like, I just can't. So share this video. Yeah. Sign the petition. We're not involved in the petition. We're just putting the word out there so we can get more people to sign it. I will also link the Facebook post that Angie made, so you can follow along to see if she posts any more updates. I haven't seen anything else related up till this point. But yeah, share it. I know it's hard, but these people need to be called out, and we are not at liberty to, like, give you specifics. So yeah. Anyway, follow us on Instagram for updates. We'll keep you updated on this. I'll start working on that design. Yeah. At Jordan and McKay. If you have any questions, send us a message, or want to get involved somehow, we can look for some information. Jordan is an internet sleuth. If there's, like, a little bit of a trail, Jordan will find information. And I mean, we're not allowed to share specifics with you, because we're a small channel. We're not looking to get sued over here. Okay. Yeah. But if you do go in that post and dig around, you can find anything research, if you look deep enough. Yeah. Like, don't put that on us. If you want to go do that, that's on you. But so that was a fun one. Thanks for watching. I'm going to edit this together real quick so we can throw it up and get the word out. Monday will be a lot better of a tone, and we'll see you then.